Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So today we got to tackle this controversy with Udonis Haslem and his comments regarding Bill Russell and his jersey being retired in Miami. And not just Miami, it was league-wide. You look at all the things Bill Russell endured as an African-American basketball player back in his time. I mean, while he was playing a home game in Boston, he had someone break into his home and take a crap on his bed. And this is in Boston, the city that you win in championships for. So, this man went through a different time in the NBA. And, he's a legend. He's a great player, and everything he's done off the court, right? But Udonis was talking about, I guess, Udonis was kind of in the moment. He was like, F that. We don't see no Miami Heat players' jerseys going up in the rafters. And he was talking to Bam, and we knew Bam was going to have to address this next time he talked to the media. And Bam knew it was going to go viral. But Udonis was just living in the moment. He's doing his leadership thing. But he's getting some backlash for having those comments about someone as well respected as Bill Russell. Let's take a look at what was said. Let's peep.
We playing Boston, so his feel on that. Yeah. So, dog, we in the huddle, and Cap come in there, he give his pregame speech. And they retire like Bill Russell's jersey for everybody in the league. So, they got 6 in our Raptors. Hey, he in his pregame speech like,
tell me when you gonna see a Miami Heat jersey hang in a Boston.
Bill Russell too. I said, bro, this man dead, OG.
I had to repent that. I love Bill. No
Bill
disrespect to Bill. I love Bill. He just caught that straight. There's no disrespect. I love Bill and
what he did
for
caught it straight and he's 6 feet under, man.
But will you ever see a Miami Heat jersey hanging in Boston Raptors?
Man,
respect to Bill Russell. I love it. Why the fuck he got to hang in here? That come out them people mouth to us when we playing there?
Man, listen.
I might not take back what I said. Now that I think about it, the way they say to us,
first of all, Bill had to go through it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All the Boston guys. Listen, I knew it was gonna happen, but I had to share that story just because we know how passionate UD is. All of us who've been around him, who you really talk to UD. He's really passionate about us. He's really passionate about UD. He's passionate about who talks about us, how they talk about us. He's one of those guys that we don't listen to the noise, but he'll articulate it to us in his own way. So you know how that goes. But it's one of those things where we knew they was gonna be upset. But I felt like it was a great story to share just because it's just him at his utmost, like motivating, but / like just him being himself and just explaining it. But, we have we all respect Bill Russell for what he's done for us as players, and as black people, and the whole stuff he had to go through. So, just to clear that air before people started talking about that. We all know we respect that man.
Okay, so when you hear those comments, from Bam Adebayo, that's everything put in its proper perspective. And you had some people thinking about, okay, one LeBron James wore number 6 at Miami and his jersey is going up in the rafters one day. So, you look at all that. But, and LeBron will probably be one of those league-wide guys too, right? All-time leading scorer. I can't imagine LeBron James isn't a league-wide retired jersey. You know what I'm saying? And he's looking to get into ownership if a team is expanded out in Vegas, right? So LeBron's going to be around the game and do a lot more after he's done playing. But back to Bill Russell, that story, it happened, you know what I'm saying? So obviously sharing the story and Bam knowing that the story was going to do that, but felt like it needed to be said. And he was just speaking to UD's leadership and the way he gets fired up and locked in during the game. Now, one could say that Bill Russell's name is off limits as far as that type of thing is concerned, and the man is no longer with us. So making those kind of statements, you kind of just let that die where that is. That you Ben knew he was going to be retired. He's probably trying to get the guys locked in and not be so in awe of what's going on and saying, look, there's a game to play. And he was, exerting his leadership And you can look at the results of the Miami Heat, you know, led by Jimmy Butler. You can look at the culture of that team, and making 2 finals within the last 5 years, last 4 years, right? 2 finals in the last 4 years, is that type of laser focus and ignoring outside distractions that has given them the opportunity to beat some more talented teams. There's no way that they should have beat Tatum and Brown 2 times within the last 4 years. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that I thought they were kind of evenly matched with that Toronto team that still had Kyle Lowry, but now they got Kyle Lowry, but they were kind of evenly matched with that team. They beat Philly with Harden. You know what I'm saying? So this team, the culture and just the focus, and you know, Bam had a clip talking about how competitive everything is in practice. They're having Hunger Games in January where teams is kind of just going through the motions before game days. You know, no, Miami's practicing like a middle school team. Like I'm saying, practicing hard, like you still got something to prove is what I'm trying to say. You know, ain't no egos that's too large not to get that work when you're playing in Miami. So I look at that and I look at Udonis. Should he have said that at that time? No, because Bam obviously kind of looked at it as like the man is gone, but at the same time, I mean, that's how he does it. Now people are gonna say Udonis is getting above his level with how he's starting to talk. He's letting the amount of time that the Heat kept him around start to go to his head and make him think he was a greater player than he actually was. And yes, that may happen at times, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't argue with the results. And you gotta have some OGs in the locker room. Udonis, I remember him knocking down those baseline J's. You know his story. He went overseas at first, ate Big Macs for a whole year, and really worked out really strong, got some of that weight down, got his body looking good, came back, you know, was a part of the Miami Heat. And so it's a cultural thing because Jimmy's leadership is very tough, but then you had that person that could check Jimmy and say something to him. I think all of that hierarchy is needed. When you have a dominant alpha, you need another one that can check them, and they need to be able to check each other. And I thought that worked to their favor because you could tell locker rooms that don't have that type of player in it or that type of voice. You know what I'm saying? I know people say his chair should go up in the rafters when they retire his jersey. That's a funny joke, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these guys do have some significance, and their role with the team can't be undermined or understated, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I would have to say about that. But let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.